So I just finished transforming every single forest in Minecraft Hardcore. Wait, what is this biome? Oh, I guess we gotta transform the flower forest too. But how cool can I make a flower forest? So first we have to locate a suitable flower forest, because this place just ain't it. The problem is all the ones I looked at on Chunkbase are about 5,000 blocks away. Here we go, we found our first flower forest. This is decently sized, but let's check out one more that's pretty close. And this is the other one, which honestly, it's not as cool. So let's just head back to the old one. So first things first, let's just get rid of all the regular trees. Oh god, I'm getting PTSD to last episode when I had to destroy 9 separate forests. Ow. Oh my, what in the 360 70-20 no scope was that? Another thing I like about this location is that it's surrounded by water. Well, mostly surrounded by water. So what we'll do to fix that is just dig a big trench right here. Donkey, get out the way. Oh yeah, and in case it wasn't obvious, I'm basically just turning this into a big river. Which, speaking of, if we add some water in, okay, now this is an island. That is what I like to see. So the first thing I like to build to transform this place is a bunch of hills and mountains. So first I'll build an outline for where all these hills will go. Okay, there are the initial outlines, but obviously mountains aren't flat, so we gotta build these up a bit. How's it looking? What the hell? Oh no, you've got to be joking me. No, phantoms, oh my god. Ow. So we're gonna have 2 big mountain areas right there and also right there. So we just gotta fill in the walls. We'll start them with some stone and andesite, and then we'll start adding some dirt blocks in, and then on top of that we start adding the grass in. But yeah, that's probably like 5% of what we've got to do here, so let's get building. The hell is that noise? What on earth? Hold on, I've never seen this before. This guy has a loyalty trident. It's Poseidon, mate, and he's just been shot by an arrow. It's been 4 hours since I started building these cliffs, and I've just finished the base of this one. Yeah, this is a lot, huh? But now we're gonna cover these bits in grass so that we can work on the upper section of this area. Touch grass, people said. Touch grass, I am. But yeah, onto this one now, I guess. And I think you guys have seen enough of me building cliffs and mountains, so let's just finish this one off. Yo, this is hella nice, dude. I really like how these mountains turned out. And you know, we should probably actually name this island. So what if we call it the Blooming Isle? Because you know, it's going to be a flower forest transformation and flowers bloom and stuff. You know when you have to explain the joke? And the Blooming Isle is going to have a lot of different attractions. What we're going to do is split the island up into separate sections for each build. So let's start with this area, which we're going to turn into a giant pond. And this is where the big hole that was here before is going to come in really clutch, because if we break all this dirt now, we've got ourselves a proper little pond here with big caves and spikes even. Feels bad for all the mobs in this cave, dude. They all got hit by like a massive tsunami basically. But now we can start decorating this pond. So we'll start by adding a couple of small beaches. What are you looking at, sheep?
Me? Just hanging around.
And then on top of the ponds, we're also going to add some little water lilies. Okay, those don't look too bad. We've also got a white one over there, because apparently white ones also exist. Inclusivity, mate. Then on the edges of the pond, we're going to add cattail flowers. Wait, why are these called cat's tails? I don't really see the relevance to cats, but I don't know, I'm not a plantologist or something. Anyways, this pond is looking pretty good now, so let's move on to this little cave hideaway, which at the moment I'm just using for storage and my nether portal, but I think we can at least put some effort in to transform this place too. So now for the last part of this pond, we have to head up to the arch, and we're gonna fill this thing in with water. So yeah, hopefully this water falls in a good way. See what I did there? So yeah, that completes the pond. Yep, that is what I'm calling it, because I can't think of anything else, so... the pond. So now let's move on to this section, where we're going to build a village. But these are not going to be ordinary village houses. They are going to be pot houses. That's a bit of a questionable name, I just realized. It's a flower pot house, alright? So yeah, now we just gotta build a couple more to turn it into a village. Mate, this house got the Squidward nose treatment going on there, what the hell? Which is basically just a dong, if you think about it. SpongeBob, yet again, not being kid-friendly, but let's not ruin people's childhoods here. Right, so these are all the pot houses that we're gonna build, I think. Why is there a creeper on this one? Oh my god, that guy was hella close to blowing up. And one idea I had for this transformation was to build one of every flower that's in the game. And yeah, using these flower pot houses, we can knock a couple off the list. So first we'll build a blue orchid. I'm not gonna say it, dude. I'm not gonna say it. There we go, that's our recreation of the blue orchid. Now next we'll do a pink tulip. There's a little pink tulip. Next we'll do an oxide daisy and also a red tulip. And for the last flower we'll do an azure bluette. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to add plants on these pots because I don't want to overcrowd this place with flowers. Yeah, now we can actually make this place look like a proper village. What the hell? How do you have gold armor? How? Okay. So we'll start by building a path to connect all the houses together. And next by this river we can add some flower market stalls. These guys got a monopoly of flowers going on here. Then here we'll do a dock. Okay, how many phantoms are there on me right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What the heck? What is this? Oh my, nah, this is bullying. This is actually just bullying at this point. And kaboom! Nice little dock right here. Now right here we're gonna build a flower fountain. And we don't have any orange flowers in this place yet, so let's make this an orange tulip. So that's the plant, but if we put water here, hopefully, oh no. Okay, this should work now. Took me so long to do that, it's already nighttime. Okay, I think this is pretty good for a flower village, but there's just one problem, and that's the fact that it's a ghost town. There's nobody here, mate. So what kind of residents would a pot village have? I'm thinking gnomes. So first we'll come to the paths that lead out the village and build some little gnome statues right here. There we go. These guys are like the guardians of this village. If you want to get into this village, you got to pass this guy. We also got to have gnomes like walking around and stuff. Okay, what in the cyclops looking gnome have I created here? What is this, man? Okay, maybe instead of trying to build the gnome, let's use an armor stand, and then we can use leather armor to kind of mimic the gnome colors. Yeah, there we go. We've got some residents in these houses now. That's pretty good. So that completes this section, which we will call Potopia. So now moving on to the next section, we're gonna go with a bit more of a magical fairy theme. But the first thing we're gonna build is a giant tree. And this tree is not gonna be as big as the ones from last episode, because I want this to be more complementary to the biome and not overpowering. Hey, that is a good looking trunk. It just needs some leaves now. And for the leaves, I decided to go for a purple and magenta theme, not only to create a magical vibe, but also to make up for the lack of purple flowers in this biome. Now next we're gonna add a bunch of candles that are hanging underneath the tree like this. I could really use a happy ghast right about now. This is gonna be so annoying to do with just dirt blocks. Bro, I just spent 45 minutes placing candles in. At least it looks good, I think. And then I'm thinking probably just under this leaf we can build another pond. I'm not really sure what this thing is supposed to be, but helps make it look magical, you know? So now I'd like to start adding some structures into this area. So right here we'll make some sort of hanging hut. That also helps to fill in this empty gap there, which is nice. Now next I'm thinking up here we build some kind of like fairy cottage. And I would have loved to show you guys me building this, but being the numpty that I am, I paused my recording and forgot to unpause it.
I am stupid.
But after finishing this cliffside with some mushrooms and foliage, we can now move on to these spaces. And we haven't done any flowers in this area yet, so sticking with the purple theme, we'll build some custom alliums in this area. This is like the allium patch or something. It's actually not a bad name for it, the allium patch. So if that's the allium patch, then I guess we'll turn this into the mushroom patch. So real quick, we just need to farm a couple of mushroom stems. Oi, mushroom, grow. I guess he doesn't have mushroom to grow. I've made that joke too many times now, it's not even funny at this point. And now we can build 2 small mushroom houses over here. Bro.
Hello there.
Mate, how do I not make this mushroom look absolutely garbage? Like, what is this?
Look at the top of his head!
Okay, how's that for 2 mushroom houses? Pretty good, I think. But to finish this place off, we'll just add the usual small details. So yeah, that's a pretty cute mushroom patch, which completes the fairy sanctuary. Another unintentional rhyming moment. But now it's time to move on to this section. And this whole bit being on top of this hill, I think it's perfect for some sunflowers. But we got a bit of a problem because sunflowers always face the sun. But if I build a giant sunflower facing the sun, then all you're gonna see in the thumbnail is the sunflowers. Yeah. That might be one of the weirdest sentences I've ever said. So yeah, we're just going to rotate them because that looks way better. And it still kind of makes sense because the sun sets over there anyways. So yeah, now we just got to cover this whole hill in sunflowers. These actually look very nice, I can't lie. Good job me for building some nice sunflowers. But there is another yellow flower we can build, and there's actually 2 types of dandelions we're going to build. The first one is the classic yellow dandelion, which is just a ball and a stem. This is peak laziness right here. But for the second type of dandelion, I need a lot of cobwebs. Oh yeah, now that is the jackpot. This is what I need, baby. Ow, spider, that is not what I need, please. Okay, 7 stacks should be good enough to build at least one of the flower that I want to. So we'll start with the stem, then we'll build like a little seed thing, and then lastly we add the cobwebs in. There we go, we've got ourselves a dandelion. You know, the one that you like blow on and all the stuff just goes absolutely everywhere? Yeah, that one. So yeah, did somebody say more dandelions? Oh my, I hate cobwebs. It's the forbidden lollipop. Not that I used to eat these or anything. Yeah, I think those are all the cobweb dandelions we're gonna build. Now we can go back to building the yellow dandelions. Thank God, because cobwebs are so annoying to build with, honestly. And we may as well just add even more yellow with these wildflowers. Sup, cow? Wait, these are technically flowers too, right? I guess I can build bigger versions of these? Yeah, you know, that actually looks pretty nice. We got like a very white and yellow theme going on here. It's the new parody, mate. White and yellow, white and yellow. That's so stupid, man. And I think we are done. We will call this place the Sunflower Crest. And that means we've got 2 sections left. And we're mainly just going to be building the flowers we haven't transformed yet. But let's start with something a bit different. So we'll just flatten this hill a bit. Sheep, what are you doing? Gerald. That's your name now, get out the way. And we'll replace it with a giant mound of dirt. Oh wait, I just realized if I build this out of dirt, it's just gonna turn into grass. Whoops, okay, hold on. We're gonna have to use coarse dirt then, that's a bit annoying. Okay, and there we go, we've got ourselves like a little ant hill. So now we need the ants. So I think we'll build a line of these going like up to here. Choo-choo, all aboard the ant train. We've got some very dodgy looking ants right here. And also one that's just lost. They call him Jeremy, mate. But the rest of these ants are all traveling off to get food from a flower. And that flower is the lily of the valley. And for the rest of this area, we'll just fill it with like these giant grass stems. These are a lot of reeds, man. We ain't talking books over here. That was the worst joke ever. Yeah, I feel like this looks a little bit weird. Maybe if we change the ground to be a bit more like dirty, it might look a bit better. It's kind of crazy how much of a difference that's actually made. And now all that's left to do is just add the flowers. So we'll start by building a pitcher plant right here. And this one is going to be an exact replication of it, which is why I'm using diamond blocks in it. So yeah, that's the pitcher plant complete. Now we'll move on to this hill over here, which we're just gonna completely cover in flowers. I am building a lot of flowers this episode. Who would have thought, mate? Gotta check these flowers from all angles. They look pretty good. Wait, I just realized we haven't even built anything in these parts. Oh, and you know what would be perfect here? The Wither Rose and Eye Blossom. So let's go collect some of those flowers real quick. It's been a while since I've mass murdered snow golems. In you get, boys. Wait. Okay, with a time to die. Okay, that's not good. My temple's getting destroyed right now. Die, Wither, please. That could have been really bad. Bro, Dave could have escaped right there. That would have been like just game over. Okay, so we'll build the Wither Rose around here. So maybe we do an obsidian core and then coal blocks on the outside. It looks like I've given this one like arms or something. I don't even know what kind of pose he's doing right now. This rose is looking zesty. And then I guess we'll also just make the ground look super dead because like the Wither Rose is sapping all the life out of this place. But yeah, that's the Wither Rose complete. Now we'll do an Eye Blossom in this section and we'll do an open Eye Blossom because the closed one is just kind of lame. Okay, I think that's good enough for an Eye Blossom. And that means we are done with Ant Valley. We are in the end game now. One section left and 5 flowers to build. But first I need some materials. So I need some purple blocks if I have any.
This is bad.
Great. We also need some frog lights and some pink glazed terracotta. And now we just gotta build the flowers. Wait, there's just an Enderman like camping under this flower. That's kind of cute. This is Paul reincarnated. They call me the Minecraft florist because damn, this looks good. And we've also finished every single flower now. Wait, I forgot the pink petals. But are those really a flower? Like, are they really a flower? Now we've just got one spot left right up here where I'm thinking we build a gazebo. Let's just start by mapping out where the pillars will go. I think we'll probably have the floor be on this level, and for the roof we'll use pink terracotta like we did for that house, and we'll try and make this as circle shaped as we can. And there we go, we've got ourselves a gazebo. Now that rhyme was intentional, it was just there for taking, you know. But we are now done with this section, which I'm gonna call Flower Mountain. Because once again, the creative juices are running low. After all, we have just transformed an entire island, but we're not done just yet because we can't have a flower forest transformation without bees and butterflies. And we have built some bees before, so we'll just copy this and then paste them in. And I've also got a couple of bees nests that I can place in from when I destroyed this forest like 200 days ago. Welcome back, bees. It's been a while. So now for the butterflies, we're gonna need a bunch of stained glass. And yeah, these butterflies are going to be pretty easy to build. The difficult part is just figuring out where to put them, basically. That's probably good enough, a pack of 7. CR7 so. But finally, after 300 days of work, the Blooming Isle is complete. Hey, good to see Gerald is still hanging around as well. And actually, speaking of mob names, I've looked at your suggestions and I've named the mobs from our Rare Occurrences Museum. So thank you to everyone who offered name suggestions. Unfortunately, I couldn't use all of them. Oh, and I can't forget about our 2 gnomes either. So meet Bob the Conqueror and your boy Norbert. And if you guys have any suggestions for the Blooming Isle transformation, then be sure to let me know in the comments. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.